Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Kaila and I'm a content creator based here in Japan. And for today's video, I will be talking about how to achieve your goals, how to create your dream life, and everything in between. And thanks to your questions, thanks for sending your questions through Instagram, I will be able to expand this topic further. So here are your questions. There are quite a lot. For the first question, I got the most questions about this one, and it's how do you get started? How to start? For me, when you start something, I think planning is the best way to start something. And what I would do is just write down your goals on paper, write down your action plans. It's very important to have like an action plan, because you cannot just write, I want to go to Japan someday, something like that. But you have to ask yourself more questions. How do I get myself from here to there? How do I achieve this? And something like that. And then after that, of course, you have to believe in yourself, because it doesn't make sense if you try to dream but you're not believing that those would happen. Don't waste your time. For me, whenever I try to dream something, I would make sure that at least I have 1% confidence in myself that I could do it. You don't have to be like perfectly like confident, positive all the time, optimistic that you can do it. Even with just a drop of optimism or positivity, that's already okay. But 0% is not good. So you have to believe in yourself, and then slowly you will find yourself having more confidence and everything. And they always say that if you believe, you're already halfway there, and I think that's very true. And the other quote that I want to say is that if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So keep that in mind. And after that, of course, you have to surround yourself with things that make you happy, that make you inspired. Don't feel guilty about, for example, as for me, people would always ask me, is it really okay to still like stationery or kawaii things at this age or something? For me, my answer to that question is that if it makes you happy, inspired, motivated, why not? So do you. And yeah, and for example, you are in a tough environment and you find it hard to be always positive because you get affected by your surroundings, like people around you. My advice would be build mental strength. Is that how you say that? So be mentally strong, be mentally tough. People can always say like bad things to you, like, it's not possible, you're not gonna do it or something. But you just try to hear them, but don't listen to them. Don't take those kind of negativity inside you. That's why it's very important to like have a very strong core inside. So I kind of imagine myself like I have some protection here. So even if I'm in any kind of situation like negative, I'll be just grounded, and I know that I will be able to do it, even if people around me would say I can't, or like my circumstances say that I can't. I don't have money and everything. I was there before, like 500 yen only, and then I was dreaming to make a company. It's like, what? Yeah. So wait, water break. I'm so passionate about this topic. Yeah, so there. So you plan, and then you believe in yourself. Yeah, and then invest in yourself, be mentally strong, surround yourself with people or things that make you inspired. That's the first step. Okay. Have you ever felt hopeless about your dreams before? If yes, what made you pursue more? So of course I've felt many hopeless times in the past, and I think in the future I would also feel hopeless too. But I would always remind myself, you know, I've already come this far. There's no point of giving it up. It's just like, you know, it's just a problem, and a year from now it won't even matter. And I just have to find a way how I can either, you know, do something about it, or if I cannot do something about it, change the way I think about it. And yeah, so I really felt hopeless too. Like, there was a time when I was having like quarter life crisis. I didn't know, like, as a creator, I was lost because that time, you know, blogging was kind of like going down, and I think being a video creator was the next step or something, and that is why I just started something new. And that's how you overcome like feelings of hopelessness. For me, just do something, and it doesn't even matter like the result. For me, what matters is that you're trying. And you know, trying, some people underestimate trying. Trying means, you know, like you're really fighting for what you want to attain. And yeah, so what made me pursue more, I guess, you know, when you don't have any money left, or I have family back home who will need my support as well, I would get, rather than feeling like hopeless there, I will try my best to, you know, get inspired to work harder, work smarter. Yeah. So right now, I'm thankful for all the challenges that came to my way, because they really like built me. They really like shaped me to be who I am, even no matter how cliche it sounds. But yeah. So next question is, how do you handle fear that you won't succeed? So for me, I would just tell to myself that you're just having a bad day, Kaila. It's not a bad life. Tomorrow, it's a brand new day. Later, after you take a bath, you will feel better. Stop thinking too much. Stop overthinking that. I would always tell those things to myself, because it's like, you know, once you start thinking about your fear and everything, it's like, oh my gosh, it's like spiraling inside you. It's like a black hole. It's hard to get out. That's why you have to try to snap out of it as fast as you could. And sometimes fear is also good, because it makes you reflect a bit, but don't make it like consume you. Don't make it consume you. Okay, next question. What keeps you working hard even in the toughest days? So what keeps me working hard is, like, I have to be an adult. I have to pay my bills. I have to continue. I cannot stop, but I can take a pause, you know. That's what I do. And when there's like a super tough day, I just literally like search on YouTube 100 funny videos, you know, those compilation videos, and my mood would change. And you really need to have like hobbies, and you need to do activities that make you happy and inspired, not just like, you know, always working and working. And actually, the situation I'm in right now is kind of tricky, because stationary journaling has become my work, and it was just a hobby for me before, and that is why I'm very open to exploring other things that would become my next hobby. Yeah, so how did you change your love for stationery into a profitable job? So just a background about what I do. So I've always been in e-commerce before. Like, I made a shop for my brother's company, so we could sell souvenir jackets and everything. And I had some experience before in customer service and everything. And what I did was, when I was when I was starting to make like journal with me videos, Hobonichi with me videos before, like 2016. Yeah, people started to ask me, where can I buy that? Where do I find that? And that question already sparked something in me. It's like, oh my God, like people are watching my videos and they also want the stuff that I'm playing around with. And I think that's a good business opportunity that I could try. And I tried. And I built like really good customer base right now. And I have many repeat customers now. And they're the best clients. And, you know, they're also my patrons. So they kind of overlap. And yeah, so what I did was take all my experiences before I was doing my own thing. Like, for example, I also tried, I had a service-related job. So, you know, being an English teacher, you have to provide service. And that helped me because I think customer service when running a shop is very important. You have to build trust. And yeah, so I was also consistent in uploading my journal with me videos. Even if it's a hard day, I try my best to put out content because I know that I had to do it, because if I didn't, I will not be here right now. So I just tried to be consistent in those, and eventually, even though like my videos don't get a lot of views, but what I noticed is that I got a lot of referrals from my videos. So they would go to my shop, and then from there they will also discover my Patreon, and it all just, you know, like all the puzzle pieces just formed together in one big puzzle. Yeah, kind of like that. So when starting a business, at first I think it's really okay to be clueless, and you have to be open. You have to, if you make a mistake, learn from it. So I think maybe like running a business or everything, I have to talk about it in another video, but that's how I transform my love for stationery to something that I'm very passionate about and has become my work. Yeah. Next. How to make yourself keep going. I start by I can't keep doing things with passion. So for me, this kind of question, I think that I just want to say props to this person, because you're trying, and trying is a lot of effort, and it's really hard sometimes. Like, it's hard to keep going because, like, for example, your attention from one hobby to another is just like going around. But you have to ask yourself, if you're having fun with it, just continue with it. And if it's not, it's also okay to give up on that. I also had some other things that I thought I was super passionate about, but it turned out like I was only interested in those. And that was, like, for example, fashion. I was super into like dressing up like in kawaii fashion and everything. And I also wanted to be a fashion designer at some points. Like, what? Yeah, but I figured out that I could have a change of heart anytime. And I just tried other things, and it's okay. You know, it's not like you have to figure it out with only one try. You can try again, this one, that one, and another one, you know. So, yeah. As for keeping the passion, you would know if it's really for you. If you really like doing it and you want to transform it to something that you can also earn from, you would know deep inside your heart. Yeah, but it's also kind of tricky if you turn your hobby into work. So you have to be really careful about that. Okay, so next question. How to keep motivated when dream life takes a long time and there are many setbacks? I would say that, you know, just trust that you will be able to reach your dream life at the right time, and be patient, because you know, sometimes life is pretty funny. Like, you want something right now, but it cannot be given to you because you have to undergo some life-changing experiences that would really educate you, or will make you learn a lot. And I think that everything that is happening right now will make sense in the future. So just trust in that thought, and just keep going. Whatever you're doing, even if it's just like a small step, every single day, when you look back, oh my god, that was already a mile, and you've done pretty good. So just keep going. It doesn't have to be like in 1 year you have to do this. It can take years, and for some people it can even like take like 1 decade. But what I would always think is that, what can I do right now so that a month later I would have made some progress? Yeah, so it's kind of like a tough question, but if you try to ask yourself that question, you'll be like inspired to do something. Next, I'm in the process of setting up an Etsy and Patreon, how to stay organized and promote. And I'm not sure if this is just my personality, but for Patreon, since it's like a monthly subscription thing, a month ahead, I will always have some ideas about what rewards I will be giving to my patrons next month. So I kind of plan things ahead, and I really try my best to stick to what I mention among my patrons, like, oh, this is the kind of reward that you'll be receiving and something. And for when you run a shop or like a Patreon, you have to be really open, and for Patreon you have to be engaging, and you have to make it a community. And I think what helped is like I have always been open. Like, for example, if I'm also struggling, I'm having a hard time, I also mention it to them. So, you know, just be a human. Like, we're all just like family or sisters here. And when you support me, I'll try my best to support you through rewards as well. I try to make inspiring content, and with your support, I can promote the fun in kawaii journaling through my YouTube. And it's like, you really have to be, how do you say, I don't know, I guess, yeah. So I don't know if that made sense for Patreon. Maybe in the future, if you guys are interested in business themed videos, please tell me. For Etsy, you have to observe other shops first. Like, what are they doing? What makes their shop have a lot of good reviews? You know, you have to research and try to offer something new that only these clients can get from you. For me, I think when I ask my clients or patrons, they like the most is my customer service, and I really take pride in that, because there were times like, oh my god, I don't have this item anymore, and I have an inventory error again. So I will be really upfront and very honest to my client that I'm very sorry, this is not available anymore. Would you like to have this replaced with this one? And I would offer like free shipping, or you know, you can get merchandise credit or something. So yeah. So anyway, that's like customer service 101. And it really helps if you've experienced other admin related work before. You have another like service related job. For me, being a teacher actually helped for some reason, because being a teacher here in Japan, of course, your clients are not only like the kids. You have to have really good relationship with everybody, and you know, when you have that experience, you can carry that over when you run a shop. I think so. Yeah. So quite a long answer again. I hope that is okay. What if there is no way to make my dream a reality? I think that question should be changed. Like, it should be like, how can I make this impossible dream into reality? I think some questions is like, do you think this is possible? Yes or no? There are only like 2 questions, right? But if you try to ask yourself, how can I make this possible? It's like, oh, I will think. Yeah. So, I don't think it's impossible. Whoever you are, find many ways. You can do it. How do you stay on top of finances? So what I will do, I have an app. I always keep track of my bank accounts, also my credit card spendings, and yeah, I try my best not to to be like within the budget every month, and I only spend the rest when I know I've already covered my rent, my internet, my cell phone, and everything, my other bills. And for me, what I would do is like when I was just like earning from my regular teaching job, I will be asking myself, how do I turn this money into like, gold? For example, I will be earning this much. How can I multiply it? How can I reinvest it? How can I make it like more? Yeah, so I would ask myself that, and of course that's my first capital in this business. And yes, so I would also turn down, like, if I know that I'm gonna be like dangerous this month, I would turn down meetups with friends or invitations from other people. And I will even sell my stuff. If I don't have any money, I would be just like, okay, just sell. It's okay. I try my best to not have like super attachment towards my things. And if I don't have anything left, I can just sell some of the things that I have here. Yeah. In your high and low, darkest and brightest, who got your back? So, actually, I'm not very open about this because everybody has different beliefs. But when I was growing up, my mom would always, tell me, if you feel like very, very sad or you feel like giving up or everything, you just pray and have faith in yourself and have faith in Him. And even in a country where, people don't really have like religion here, they do. I think Japan is very, friendly towards any religion. You can be like Buddhist, you can practice Shinto, you can practice being a Muslim, you can be a Christian, you can be a Protestant, you can be Catholic and everything like that, and they don't really care. And for me, I'm not like a super religious person, but I do believe in a guy up there, and I would say that he really helped me a lot. And of course, I would thank my closest friends who would ask me, how are you? Are you okay? Do you want to talk about it? Or, even if I don't talk about it, they're just there. And I really appreciate those kind of people in my life. Yeah. It was a time when I didn't have any relationship. I haven't met Aki yet, but right now, he's really helping me a lot. Whenever I have bad days, sad days. Yeah. So how to avoid procrastination? I think what I would do is like the morning before I start doing tasks today, I will just write down, okay, what are the most important things that I have to do today? And I'll just try my best to like cross them out from the list. And I think that having delayed gratification afterwards, after some kind of work that you have to do, really helps. Like for me, after I I film, edit videos and everything, I would reward myself with some Netflix time, K-drama time, YouTube time, and I try my best to like work on something during a limited time. So I know that some people, the super efficient people, they will do is like for 20 minutes or like 30 minutes, they will try their best to just work on whatever they had to do, and they would find themselves like, oh, I got it done before the time finishes. And I also tried that before, and it works sometimes, but sometimes I have to extend a little bit. But you know, you get inspired, okay, I have to get it done with this 20 minutes, and I have to have full concentration, focus, and have to be in the zone or something like that. Yeah. So when you are starting your dream but still have to combine it with your office work, like I already mentioned it in a previous video, but it was in Tagalog or Filipino. But I think that you're already doing a pretty good job, because even if you have your own, you have a separate office work, you're still starting your dream. And you know, sometimes you have to make sacrifices, because you just have to think, you know, for practicality, I need something like a job to sustain my everything right now. So it's okay to have like a non-creative job, or like, I don't know what you want to do, but for example, your office work, just treat it something that will, you know, just bring you cash and everything. But it is up to you how you can make the most out of your remaining time. And what I will do before is like, so I will, whenever I have free time, that is when I really invest in creating content, because that is, I really want to become like a content creator and someone who can earn from online shop, from making e-commerce websites. So that was my goal. And yeah, just be professional towards your job, and still try your best to make time for something that you really want to achieve in the future. And you know, along the way, the time you've invested in this side project or side work that you're doing, it will be fruitful in the future. And you, maybe there will be a time like you don't need your job anymore, you have to quit that so you can concentrate on this one. Yeah. So just keep going, and as long as you have a goal and you have some action plans, it's possible. Hi. Okay, I think that's, I've pretty much answered most of your questions, and I hope that you guys learned from this video. If you have any other questions or video topic ideas, please leave them down in the comment section below. Everything. So thank you guys, and see you next time.